Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. Enter the 2025 Yamaha Bolt 250, a motorcycle that doesn't try to be something it's not. It doesn't scream for attention with wild specs or flamboyant tech. Instead, it whispers cool confidence, delivering the kind of riding experience that connects you to the road in a way only a well-crafted cruiser can. The Bolt 250 is Yamaha's tribute to the stripped-down, minimalist ethos that cruiser enthusiasts have loved for generations, now wrapped in a modern, accessible, and beginner-friendly package. But don't mistake accessible for dull. This machine carries a distinct pulse, a strong heartbeat that echoes Yamaha's decades-long lineage of cruiser mastery. Think of it as the younger sibling of the Bolt 15950, but with its own attitude, its own flair, and its own rhythm. For 2025, Yamaha took everything that riders appreciated about the Bolt series and distilled it into a smaller displacement package that doesn't compromise on quality, charisma, or functionality. At the heart of the Bolt 250 sits a refined 249 cubic centimeters air-cooled, single-cylinder engine, SOHC with 2 valves per cylinder. On paper, it's simple. But that's precisely the point. Yamaha tuned this engine for usable torque and laid-back rideability. The power delivery is linear and predictable, perfect for navigating city traffic, taking on twisty B-roads, or enjoying a lazy Sunday cruise through the countryside. It puts out just under 20 horsepower and around 20 Nm of torque, figures that may not break any speed records but offer more than enough punch for real-world riding. Throttle response is crisp and intuitive, with Yamaha's fuel injection system offering reliability and efficiency that carbureted bikes can't match. It starts up eagerly, idles with a pleasant low thump, and revs smoothly through the mid-range. Whether you're accelerating from a red light or rolling on the throttle mid-turn, the Bolt 250 responds with poise. The engine note is a mellow growl, nothing too aggressive, just enough character to remind you that you're riding something with soul. Paired with a 5-speed transmission, the gearing feels spot-on for the engine's power band. The clutch action is light, the shifts are slick and precise, and neutral is easy to find, a small detail that beginner riders will appreciate immensely. At cruising speeds between 70 and 90 km per hour, the engine feels relaxed and composed, without any unpleasant buzziness. That's one of the most charming things about the Bolt 250, it's smooth where it matters and raw in just the right places. Now let's talk about ride and handling. Yamaha stuck to the classic cruiser layout with a double cradle steel frame, giving the bike a low-slung stance and excellent structural integrity. The chassis geometry is tuned for stability and comfort rather than aggressive cornering, and that's perfectly appropriate for the kind of riding this bike encourages. A telescopic fork at the front with 120 mm of travel, paired with dual rear shocks offering 80 mm, means the Bolt 250 glides over most urban imperfections with grace. It's not a plush touring machine, but it's more than compliant for day-to-day use. The rake and trail combination provides just enough front-end feel for confident turn-ins without sacrificing the relaxed steering angle that gives cruisers their chill vibe. At around 163 kg wet, the Bolt 250 is surprisingly nimble. Low-speed handling is excellent, making U-turns and lane changes effortless, especially when combined with the bike's low 690 mm seat height. Even shorter riders will find the Bolt extremely accommodating, with both feet able to plant firmly on the ground. Braking duties are handled by a 282 mm front disc and a 220 mm rear disc, both with single-piston calipers. Yamaha's combined braking system helps distribute braking force effectively, especially for new riders still building their braking technique. While it doesn't have full ABS, the system is confidence-inspiring under normal riding conditions. The bite is progressive rather than sharp, which suits the cruiser format. You're not looking to stop on a dime, you're looking to slow down with control and poise, and that's exactly what the Bolt 250 delivers. Styling-wise, the Bolt 250 is a masterclass in minimalism done right. Yamaha has retained the visual language of the 15950, but scaled it down without losing any of the attitude. From the classic teardrop tank to the exposed rear shocks and the stubby rear fender, everything about this bike says urban outlaw in the most stylish way possible. The tank itself is a 13-liter unit, which gives the Bolt an impressive range, especially when you consider its fuel efficiency of roughly 35 to 38 km per liter. The bike rides on 16-inch rear and 19-inch front cast alloy wheels wrapped in chunky rubber that adds to its squat, purposeful stance. The wide bars, mid-mounted foot controls, and scooped saddle combine to create a riding position that's natural and comfortable for long hauls or short bursts. You're not slouched back like on some big cruisers, you're sitting upright, alert, but still relaxed. Yamaha has also paid attention to the little things. The instrumentation is a compact, round digital LCD unit that sits offset on the handlebars, delivering essential info like speed, fuel level, trip meters, and gear position. It's clean, readable, and doesn't distract from the bike's vintage-inspired aesthetic. The switchgear is tactile, the grips feel high quality, and the overall fit and finish, from welds to paint, is typical Yamaha, tight, refined, and built to last. Another cool touch is the LED lighting. The round headlamp retains the retro look but uses modern tech for better visibility. Out back, the tail light and indicators are also LED units, offering a nice mix of old-school design and new-school function. Even the mirrors, which often feel like an afterthought on budget cruisers, are well-designed and vibration-resistant, giving you a clear view of what's behind you without fuss. Now, let's talk about the riding experience. On the road, the Bolt 250 is exactly what you'd expect from a modern lightweight cruiser: easygoing, enjoyable, and unpretentious. It's not going to challenge you physically or mentally, which is a good thing if your goal is to relax and enjoy the ride. What sets it apart is how planted it feels for a 250. At highway speeds, the chassis holds its line confidently. There's no nervous twitchiness. Wind buffeting is manageable thanks to the low stance, and for those wanting more wind protection, Yamaha offers a range of accessories including a mini fairing. Speaking of accessories, that's another strong suit for the Bolt 250. Yamaha has leaned into the custom potential of this bike with a catalog of bolt-on goodies, from solo seats and passenger backrests to luggage racks, handlebar upgrades, and exhaust options. You can take the stock bike and make it a cafe bobber, a long-range cruiser, or a stripped-back urban beast with just a few tweaks. That's part of the charm: it invites personalization without requiring an engineering degree or a massive budget. Price-wise, Yamaha has hit a sweet spot. In most markets, the 2025 Bolt 250 comes in at around $4,500. An excellent value considering the build quality, brand reputation, and overall performance package. In countries like India or Southeast Asia, it's expected to land closer to the equivalent of 3.5 Indian rupees lakh or IDR 65 million, making it competitive with both commuter bikes and other entry-level cruisers. For what you pay, you're getting a bike that feels far more premium than its price tag suggests. So if you're looking for a bike that's low maintenance, full of character, and ready to take on whatever your daily ride throws at you, whether that's weaving through city traffic or disappearing into the horizon on a weekend ride, the Yamaha Bolt 250 might just be your perfect companion. It's more than just a stepping stone into the cruiser world. It's a statement that sometimes, less really is more.